Every sports dynasty has a rise and a fall. No matter how great you become or how far you rise, eventually it comes to an end. At Rutherford High School, they're turning the page with the boys basketball program as the house that Rhodnie built will soon be handed over to a new leader. After 22 seasons leading the Rutherford boys basketball program, head coach Rhodnie Ross is stepping down.
To be honest, I talked about at your core. I knew it was time some time ago, but you're fighting ghosts sometimes. Like, I want to get it back to what it was and stuff like that. And it's just time.
Ross first made a name for himself as an assistant coach at his high school alma mater, helping lead Bay High to the Final Four in 2003. At this time, Rutherford was a high school football juggernaut, but basketball was in somewhat of a lull since its '94 run to state. Even then, Ross knew there was loads of potential.
We played them in basketball. Rutherford wasn't as good record-wise, but just the sheer number of people that came out to watch games and support. And I by far, and there's nothing against Bay at the time because I'm a Bay graduate, but I felt like Rutherford by far had the most support and school pride out of anybody in the city.
Ross spearheaded a community effort desperate to bring high-level basketball to Springfield, and in 2009 they opened a brand new gymnasium, immediately becoming the mecca of Bay County hoops.
We got this gym when they finally said, okay, we're going to start building the gym. I was a part of the design process and stuff like that. So it seems like once we really got a good facility, the program took off.
In the 2010s, Rutherford put together the most dominant decade of basketball in Bay County history. In 8 years, they posted 186 wins, just 42 losses, and 2 region championships. When the Rams entered a gymnasium, they struck fear into their opponents.
You know, for point spread for us was 30 points. I said, you guys didn't play to like whatever their expectations were. You know, they didn't care if we were playing 5th graders. They were going to play the same way. And that, me as a coach, that made me proud to know that, hey, we're going to compete no matter who it is, and we're going to play up the standard every night.
A clear turning point for the Rutherford boys basketball program was seen in the aftershock of Category 5 Hurricane Michael.
We were coming off a district championship that year, 2018. You know, when the storm hit in October, you know, you got middle schoolers coming on campus and stuff like that. And I don't like the blame thing, talk about the storm so much, but I still think we're kind of dealing with some of that.
Since 2018, the Rams have drifted from the class of the Panhandle to now coming off their first losing season since 2008. Ross says it's time for a change, but his days around the basketball court are far from over.
Got a lot of basketball left in me, whether I'm officiating games, training kids, coaching. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do in basketball, so this is definitely not the end for me.
Coach Ross thanked the countless players, families, coaches, Rutherford faculty, and all of Bay County's community for the support of the past 22 years. His fondest coaching memories lie with the 2010 and 2014 Final Four teams who helped put Springfield on the map.